get it going. Northwestern has the kickoff team on the field as we're about ready to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Oregon Ducks offense will go to work first. Last time we saw these guys, they came out firing. They were up to any challenge offered by the secondary. Any suggestions on how to prevent that from happening again this week, David?
And it's tough to have that great of a QB and that great of a wide receiver, but you definitely have to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Jam him, mess up the timing. Their chemistry and timing with this elite QB and elite receiver is really good. Jesse, I got to mess it up somehow.
And you just have to take calculated risks, right? Every defensive coordinator wants to be aggressive, and you want to press him and play press man, but you can only do it a handful of times, because you know in this game, when the quarterback sees that isolated matchup, there is no question he's going to take a shot deep down the field to that guy.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the shotgun, the inside kick. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success.
Breaks into the open. Nice pick up on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive. So this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack, and their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, do I have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down?
Throws to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind. How loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Northwestern will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. All the way back to the 15. Makes a move. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Might be changing the route. First play of the drive wants to throw. Makes the catch. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will play dividends.
Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves him in a hole. He's got him this time. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Design run for the quarterback. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Timeout Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Fires to the tight end. Touchdown, Oregon.
After that touchdown, you could barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football, and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic, and it's because of these fans.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Gets rid of it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by him.
They get him up. And it pays off the sack of the play.
When it's a play-action pass, the quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. You can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with the down coming. Northwestern will send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to bring it back. Explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Great place to start for this offense. Off the play fake on 1st down. It's complete to the left. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Motion from the back. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. It's 1st down from the 11. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the 1st quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. It's caught. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running a drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Pressure coming. And to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Finds the tight end. Using the pads, using the stiff arm, using all kind of strength to get it across the 25 to the 26. He'll put it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all.
I was going to wake you up at like 12:15. Girl, gosh, I said I was gonna wake you up at 12:15, so you had time to get ready.
Rushes on him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert underway. Let's see what he can do with it. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets him over the
She ready for a nap.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Leaves him with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Nice. Yeah.
Between the tackles, he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to the back. Still running at the 40. How about that play on the ground? They get him out of bounds at the 34.
And running backs are so
Yeah.
you see nowadays they really have the
So
ability
good.
to just run you over.
Lightweight.
Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Wide open space.
Yeah, I was both good. At that time, so get me there. 12-15 should be okay.
It's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, leave it to that guy. He makes a big
Yeah,
play.
probably an hour at most, maybe. Yeah.
And he'll just take the knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Quick pass on the fly motion. Breaks the tackle. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard
They
to
have them
defend
kids embracing
especially
bouncing
when this guy's throw
like every song.
I mean, every time it's
Talking about, hey. Like, what? Yeah, it's the songs, but it's the songs that we grew up in. The bingo and the head, little diddle, whatever this shit called.
Getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
They even had niggas in there doing samples like they doing the Body Classic or some shit. With the trumpet too. Yeah, they do. Yeah. There was a couple of times she said, hey. Right when they were saying hey, she was saying it too.
These guys can play offense too. Look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split out wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way.
This one underway. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. you can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
For this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
Not quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. He's looking downfield to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball and down. He goes at the 39. Northwestern will send out the punt team. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Slips through the line. Down the little running room on down. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just...
His speed, he was gone.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing it. Wildcats have it back to Northwestern offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it.
I took a bite first. Like, man, this actually not bad. Yeah. You'll like it for sure. No, I'm saying it was. This actually is really good.
This defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how
I
to
might have me a bowl.
Just
5
sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Put a little milk in there after make it put a little personal size. Butter, a little bit of butter, milk. Back to that. That's it.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And the coverage team all over it, and the punt is down inside the 40. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why
started to wake you up like how I wanted to wake you up. Like, nah, I knew he was tired.
maybe give it to him again, or
Maybe we'll consider it.
throw that thing out there.
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some.
When you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Stop it.
Lining up,
No.
just needing a few tough inches on third down. Calls his own number. He's got it out
No.
the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
QBs that can run can completely change your game. I mean,
Hey.
every single thing. You have to understand, now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and power read and the jet read.
Stop it.
Different things they can do you. So, having a guy back there at the helm and that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first
That's
play.
fucking bad.
So now
What are you doing?
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Illegal blocking. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up.
No.
They'll line up for a second down play.
Oh my God.
Trying to clear the picture. Second down, they'll go to the air. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Intercepted. A first down. Turnover can swing momentum. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take it at the 43. Bunch formation for these receivers. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got his man.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option.
Oh, look at me. I'm about to pop your ass too. Keep doing this stuff.
And the Wildcats.
Yeah, I know.
Second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Short throw is complete, and he'll grab it, step out of bounds, and pick up the first down. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Looking for more room.
It's scared me from water. You put it to me.
Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Ducks. The defense does the work and south with the pick six. A lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now.
Girl.
That's so awesome when you're a defense and you study out, think about what's coming and the routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Rides the back on the option to get him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Rides the back and leaves it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down will be the last resort. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Got his man on the right. Oh, he's got some space. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. down.
Stop. Stop.
He'll try to tack on one more.
All right.
And
I'm
with
done.
the extra point, the lead is even bigger. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Gets the back moving. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate moving forward. The pass pro has got to get better to help this guy out.
Under fire. Got his man. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. On target to the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Working that left side now. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
And this defense, they've done their film study. They knew coming into the game the offense would try to get these quick passes going and try to get their guys out in space. That play was so well covered and defended, and it goes for a massive loss.
The Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to throw again. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Touchdown Ducks! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to. Scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go in the half and find some answers.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
Well, you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it in halftime too, Ballmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive. Set the tone. Be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half. So find something really quickly you can go to.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Gets it out quickly. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Wildcats come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield. That'll bring up fourth down, and they don't have to run another play here if they don't want to. Punt is in the air. take it on the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And there he goes. Touchdown. That return man saw daylight. The instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you. You got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns are coming up big.
He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build that lead.
Let me take in the shower. You can't go back there and get her. Just in the shower.
That time, quarterback's able to scramble and get in for 2.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And it's been a struggle throwing the ball so far. Both secondaries are doing a great job neutralizing the explosive playmakers by shutting down passing windows. They've disrupted the timing and rhythm of these QBs. And unless something changes, we're looking at a low-scoring affair in this second half.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Bacon. He's got an open man. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Northwestern ready to dial one up on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Here we go, here we go.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need to play great in the second half.
And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Really nice timing on that out route there. Good anticipation by the QB, getting it out on time. And how about the receiver securing the catch, tapping the toes before he went out of bounds.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Northwestern will send out the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. starts a drive trying to go up top. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Reels it in down the left side. Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was saying he's outside the tackle box. He moved the ball away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another day.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
You need a TV.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
It'll be third and long. It's complete on the right side. Turning it on. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead. They're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think of.
He strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. I need to run it, I'll run it. You throw it, that's it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're a more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Behind the chains now on second and long. He'll do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Looking for a big gain. Makes a grab on the shot. He's loose. Past the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way right away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And you can tell.
The extra point is blocked. He picks it up. Remember, he can take it back. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive.
Okay.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks.
It's because of that awesome kickoff return.
Okay. So for the last time.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to blow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
I send the tight end in motion. They'll run play action. Fires to the big fella. At the 40, there he goes. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down.
You're about to get put right down as soon as it's shit over.
Quick completion to the right. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run back. This ain't high school anymore. You used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
Back to pass. It's Bacon. It's complete to the right. Powers through. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Northwestern coming to the line with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there for the second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Let's go. Back to pass on second down. Always a welcome play for the defense. They get a sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains.
I was kind of curious how Greasy's corner sound on the speaker. Nah, you was knocked out. I'm gonna try it a little bit.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Northwestern will have to put it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Discretion, the better part of valor, not going to give him a chance to return as they kick it toward the sideline. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution.
Give me, oh my God, he slapped me.
I thought you might hear. My bad.
Now you got to protect.
You can tell
Everyone, train their asses up, baby.
Oh no, I'm trying to stuck.
Oh, training and instructor. Yeah, that's lit.
Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Back to pass, it's Bacon. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. Throws to the tight end. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
This has been
and it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Snap's going to come from the 23 on first and 10. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Here we go, sack. The play action fake. Got his man downfield. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Intercepted deep in his own end.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The give to the left side. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
There he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds for a first down.
I don't know if they're trying to give this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising. I gotta be honest.
Wants to go up top on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Armour. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Oregon. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long, who's been on the field, what personnel groupings they've been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the...
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Wildcats, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Dropping back, it's Bacon. Makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Northwestern will send out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the return. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Here's a heat. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Ducks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. 3rd down, they got to get it to Neptune. He'll have to launch a rocket.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Bacon. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the tight end.
Well, how about that stick at the end? Nice job sticking the big tight end, making sure he doesn't get that 1st down. That's how you play physical defense. That's how you make him remember those tackles and later in the game.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. It's complete. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a 1st down. Northwestern moving the ball expeditiously. Slithers into space. You want to talk about light on your feet. Man, can he get through there. He's down to the 37. The Wildcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of
pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
This poor quarterback has been running for his life. He has never been able to get his feet set. Stare downfield.
Oh, he got a hand on it. It's blocked. And they're running wide open down the middle of the field. Inside the 10. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. 2-point conversion, 10 is coming. These guys wanted to make a statement. The statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop him. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Making side adjustments here. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's got him. Still running at the 40. Breaks into the open. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. And another big play by this offense. And if they are playing, not thinking about the scoreboard at all, there's evidence of it right there.
Hey, if there's time on the clock, as a defense, stop us. Because we're not stopping ourselves. We're going to continue being aggressive. We're going to continue trying to score points. That's the aggressive nature of this football team.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
1 for 2 on fourth down attempts so far, and we will get a third attempt here. Converts on fourth down, still going. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build on, David, you're talking about.
And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Power football with the run. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And the quarterback pulled up to and sacked at the 12. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Oh, they blocked the kick. Scoop it up and flying out to the left. He's at the 50. 30. Running inside the 20. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add their total. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud against so bad, you start to put the backups in and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some field goal on their side. Well, they're just taking them right to the ice.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. inside his own 5. Drills him with the stiff arm. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Looking for a man. It's Bacon. A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel